What's up, fam? Here we are, episode 26. Man, it's gone pretty fast. I've been doing weekly uploads. I think I missed 1 week. Just had family stuff going on. But man, we had a big week. 20 to 30% increase in coins. We got a new farming strat. Man, she has been all go. I did a big whoopsie. We did a big whoopsie, but we managed to pull through. So, let's take a look, eh? Just finished the kills me every time buzz. Look at that. 131, so that's a PB. Last week we were at 95, see? The goal was to get to 100 by this week. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Boom, lads. Done. That run could have went longer, but we got to do this video. Got to start my night run. There's a tourney, etc, etc. What we can do, have a look at the stats. So, 11 hours and 50. It's tier 11. Almost 9400. That's pretty crazy. If you get that game speed perk at the right time, you can really peel through the waves. Nothing killed me because I cancelled it. 131T. Nice boost. 250 shards. What else do you want to see? Some people like looking at the damage in that. I'm not quite at that stage. That's more of a glass cannon thing. We're not tweaking their builds. The golden bot. We can probably say it is now a golden bot. I think I said in the last video, if I measured it somewhere around 30% of the coins, we'll call it a golden bot. I think we've finally moved away from the poverty bot. We'll take a look when we go around the events. There's been a few changes to the build this week, so I'll try not to lose track of the train of thoughts. Here's the Guardian stuff if you're interested. You're roughly like, I don't know, 50-60 of the shards a day. Yeah, so big week. Oh, claim skis. Boom. So total stats, look at that. So the other week was 444, then it went 555, and now it's 666. So we're doing the Q a week, just slightly over. So yeah, decent progress. Labs 1.52, stones 19.2. Anything else anyone likes looking at? Here's the runs. It's just been the tier 11s. Oh, we got a 10,000 waiver. So for the 10,000 waiver, I just wanted to see like how long I could survive. There wasn't really any much intent in it. I was trying to see if there was a way we could balance a T12, like a shorter run, and then a longer tier 11. We're still quite a while away from that. Let's do the rounds. Tourney, history, another rank 1, another another abysmal rank in Legends. I think that might be highest wave for me, 240. But yeah, still nowhere near it. Hopefully close one day. The event, I know you guys have seen all of this, but I mean, this is good if you run BHD, or maybe if you're starting out. Not bad for a free one. What's this one? I mean, if you're taking it as a free one, or you're starting out, like this stuff super matters. Like regen and that, like 5% regen is pretty big, but crit factor 2, yep, good, we'll take it. Cash bonus, I mean, maybe. I think Uncle, I'm gonna have to have a word to my uncle. There's a couple of these paid relics that have been a bit shmeh lately. Event pass, oh no, he's done it again. Oh, yes, I know, but I had to buy something. So, you know, it is what it is. I still gotta get this. 5% health. I mean, I'll get it, even though it's, This was the first thing I got. The first thing I bought was the lab speed. That's a huge relic. This theme, I haven't actually put it on, but I've seen other players use it. The poverty bot. So here we are for the poverty. Oh, no, sorry lads. The golden bot. Here we are for the golden bot. Not bad. So that's where my stats are, and that gives me 30%. There is no sync. We'd definitely be pulling in more coins if we were running sync, but maybe that's for a later farm strat. It's not currently on the cards. Maybe still for a fair bit for me at the moment. Guild season, the usuals. What I do notice, I always forget to put stuff in here. Oh, I suppose I should pull up a path, but we'll just go like that. What do we reckon, lads? A little bit of that. One of that. So that's how my fetch is looking. The guys killing it, always killing it. Love my guildies. Everybody goes ham. Whoa, what's this guy? Member. Store. So I think most of your guys' ones will be looking like this. Probably the only difference is I don't run to this attack speed relic. Maybe once I get a little bit more of my enhancements and as far as my lab goes. But I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm kind of just waiting for them to actually bring out the patch where they're supposedly fixing it. Hey, the lads. So this is where we get into the juicy juicies. So we're devoed, but we look across the page. Our orbs are devoed too. So how the hell are your orbs devoed? Because we're running Orbless. So we have switched to Orbless. So that's how we got the big jump in our runs. I mean, if I just devoed any level of damage, I would have picked up a few trillion. But, you know, to get an extra 35 trill on a previously doing around that 90-95 mark, devoing damage probably isn't enough. So we got the Orbless Devo. So if you're a little bit unfamiliar with the strategy, it's not the fact about killing things, it's mainly the timing of the killing. So there's kind of a few different variations of Orbless. So as of this recording, it's Saturday. I only went Orbless on Thursday, so I'm still figuring a few things out, talking to a few people, seeing what they've done, etc, etc. One thing I did notice is because my damage is, you know, well, it's not fully devoed, but it's pretty. Oh, what do we have here? a little bit of a preview. What I did notice is that I actually do want a few more levels in my damage, so I'll put another 2 clicks. So because I'm still learning this build, I'm just tweaking things a little bit. I don't want to tweak them so much that I actually have to end up respecing and changing it. So locked, which means we did it. We got our first mastery. So this is probably key for me to move to Orbless. So previously I'd tried Orbless. I didn't have permanent GT. Like, I knew I wasn't going to get the full effects. It's kind of one of the things that you want if you go in Orbless. But dude, the amount of micromanagement in it was just, it was cancer, complete cancer. You know, absolutely hats off to anybody who did Orbless or long windows in Orbless without running the free ups, the free up mastery. But I did have to get a couple unlocks. So what I was doing, if we go back to the workshop, I was hitting this respec button. So I've currently got 3.79Q in, you know, liquid floating around in my account. Well, that was about 5.5, 5.6 Q And so I thought, well, to do one lab in the mastery, so you unlock your card, you start labbing it, you start researching it, and to the first level was like 800 or 900 trill. So I thought, oh yeah, 5.5 if I just lose close to a Q, it shouldn't be too much, but I made a big error. So I was kind of following what other guys were doing, and what they were doing is they were running a black hole digester. If you're unsure what black hole digester does, it works around your free ups, but it also, this key part down here, free upgrades cannot increase the tower range. So some things that you want to do when it comes to Orbless is you want to lock your attack range, or if you're running a BHD you don't have to. So if you're running a BHD and you don't have to, that means when you unlock the free up mastery, you get a free lock. So whenever you purchase it with stones, you get one free lock. Well, I also needed to do my shockwave size. Speaking of shockwave size, put a few levels in here, so like that. I think I normally run higher than that, or in the runs that I've been doing, I've been going a little bit higher than that, but you know, back to the program. So if you get from the black hole digester, if you can automatically get your range locked for free, well then all you have to do is lock your orbs. See, I've got it locked as well. And then if you want to lock your orbs, and then you want to do one lab, and you can lock your shockwave size, you're sweet. So one lab gets you the free lock, and then the one that you labbed. Wow, what I didn't take into account is that if I run this card, it provides a 10% free upgrades. Now what was happening is it was upgrading, because I have a total of, where is it? And if I wear this, what I was planning to do, sorry, I'm losing track here. So what I was planning to do was use the free lock on attack range, and then I was actually going to come over to this tab, set the free defense upgrades at 0, and then I was going to lock it, and then that way I could get away with the 2 locks. What I didn't think of, and here's something for yourselves if you don't plan to go the black hole digester route and you're going to use G-Comp. Well, when you equip that card to lock the other stuff, it automatically sets this at the 10%. And then so I was doing some runs in that, and everything was bloody upgrading. So I thought, if I just lock this, if I devoed the defense tab, and if I just lock this, then I can just manually enter it and, you know, buy it with cash and run, and then all I'll have to do is just generate enough coin until I could afford another lab, which, you know, we might be able to get away with doing it for quite some time, but it didn't work out miserably. So then I was stuck in a position and I went, shoot, okay, we might have mucked up here. To do the first lab was 800-900 trillion. I gemmed it so I could start it straight away because I was so excited I got my first mastery. And then now we have to do another one, and I'm looking at my coins, and then so in total we end up spending like 2.3 Q. Maybe a couple thousand gems. I can't even remember how many gems it cost, but I was cutting it thin with the gems. And on top of that, we had to buy from the event pass. You've seen it before. We had to buy that to get the stones that was required. So it was a little bit of a, oh damn it moment. But you guys just seen it from the run. It ended up working out. We're good. We're on fire now. What it does mean though is, yeah, we've taken a big hit. So the good thing about Orbless, and I think because I've been following it for a while, like in the Discord chat, but the good thing for myself when I think about it is you need a lot of damage. Now, I knew I was going to go Orbless some stage soon, so I started labbing quite a bit of, you know, the core damage stats in the research labs. But the more damage you have, and as long as you can control it in a way, hence why we devo the damage tab, then the more coins you earn, because you can run Orbless as long as possible. The more coins you earn, the more economy you can purchase, which then means the more damage you can purchase with coins, and it's just this cycle that feeds itself. And that's kind of the stage of the game where I want to be. I want to be in a cycle where I'm just focusing more into the damage part, because, you know, face tanking everything, it served its purpose, but the playstyle is just something that I've been off of it for a while. Even though I heavily use it, it's not the playstyle that I kind of want to play, you know. I've done my dash of that. I've been playing the game for almost a year now. I'm kind of well over the EHP route. So going Orbless, it always, when I started looking into it, I just thought, yeah, that sounds the go, lads. That sounds like the money. Just pump a crap ton of coins into damage, lab a bunch of damage, do everything we can for that, which then will generate us more coins, and then we just go round and round in a circle until hopefully, you know, we're doing a build or something that we want to do. So I did, when I calculated everything out, I did have enough coins to at least get this similar to my main tab was my level skips. My damage tab I actually missed out. I wanted my defense tabs because I know where my baseline defense is, but I managed to get this tab fairly similar to how I was before I lost all those coins. So what we're basically trying to do now is just generate as much coins as possible so that we can, you know, just pump the build up. What I do need to do, so just try to make it a little bit more AFK friendly. Yeah, so here's how the enhancements look. This tab's the same. This tab is previously like the same that you guys probably would have been a little bit more familiar with if you've been following the channel. We've devoed everything. We've got 300 levels in that. We've locked that, as I explained before. Everything else is devoted. I haven't bothered with the rend armor yet, even though we're relying heavily on bullet damage. 5500 there. These are pretty standard stats. It all upgrades itself. It just, with the orbs locked, the shockwave size, we are still playing around with that. Certain, like, people that I've been talking to in there, they have different preferences. You know, some of them like to hoard enemies and try to tag them with Deathwave. Other people just like nuking everything in Spotlight. We're just kind of feeling out which style that we like. And for this tab, this is where I took a big hit. So I got this to 350. As long as I could get that to 350, like all my defensiveness, then I know how to time my runs. And this one took a big hit. So before we switched to Orbless, I think I had that at 400. It was actually mentioned in the last video from someone that I need to pump this up. Now, I'm not too sure where a chart is or something where I can see where the relationship or the balance is between how much is in your workshop and how much to put into your enhancements. But I'm sure it's floating around out there. There's enough geeks that play this game that make all sorts of charts that, you know, share it out for the community. So have a little dig around and see what we can find. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. So if you see what a run looks like, it basically just looks like this. And we're just trimming. Oh, turn that off. And we just sit there trimming. Now the thing that I did notice is that I think the last run that I did, so the run where those stats were from, is when my damage is lacking, we get big clumps of enemies. It's all good because you're spamming out death waves and your tag and everything. But I did notice that even chucking one orb in, like the workshop, it just glides ever so slightly around the outside, and when the clump's too big, it just kind of shaves it off a little. And it just kind of helps with it just kind of helps the build currently until we get to a stage where we're fully in on damage. And just go around and around and around like that. And then we just keep trimming everything so that the damage is only at a mil. An abysmal mil. And yeah, I suppose what I'll do is I'll just keep reporting on how I like it or how I hate it. But so far it's good. It's a bit of a learning experience. But yeah, just enjoying it. Just actually kind of rapt to see that green. Pretty stoked with that. I think that's all that's changed on this side. I suppose what you might want to see is the cards that I use. So this night run is basically just the standard cards that I use or are locked in, but I just have landmines done. So near the end of the run, if I want to finish it out a little bit longer. So for Orbless, so because my damage, so the top ceiling on my damage is really low, it's fine. You know, 4,000 ways, 5,000 ways, we're fine for trimming and everything, but the ceiling of it, you know, how much we can get, it's still fairly low. So I do actually start the run with all of the damage, you know, the crit chance, attack, damage, berserker. I equip all of it from the start, and I suppose in time as we pick up on a bit more damage and that, we'll end up having our cards sorted out differently where we won't have any of these damage cards, and then we may introduce them some stage in the run. And then once I can't handle it anymore, once we can't handle it anymore, we basically have got the exact same cards, but we have orbs. And then we just turn into a typical hybrid blender sort of build. And then this one here is just in case I feel like that I need landmines done. So that's pretty much how the cards are. I can't see anything else that I'm, you know, desperately in need of. Possibly super tower. If you're a bit of an Orbless person, sing out of super towers to go. Maybe it helps with trimming, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't count unless you have the mastery. Maybe it does. Whatever. Just thought this at max lab is like 9x, so 9x on bullet damage because I rely heavily on bullets. Maybe it's a bit of a thing. So yeah, if that's a bit of you, sing out. As far as moddies go, we got this thing. I just did a random pull, and we got this. And we got defense, regen, really good stats. The war health, pretty good too. Was gonna go for ancestral, but I don't know, like at the current stage that I'm in, I actually really need the ACP because it just helps me with the trimming. Got to get a little bit more coins up in our enhancements and our workshop and stuff. So at the moment, ACP's the go. Eventually, you know, we may need to use Sharp Fortitude, but that's pretty sick. But hey, look, I know why you fellas are here. Let's do a couple pulls, eh? What's that? Somebody said if you just push enter, it rolls again. We'll try it, eh? Oh, didn't even work. Death penalty, nice. There's 2 epics. Oh, I don't think I have one of those. Bro, how many? Nice. How many bloody epics? That's crazy. Uncle Fuds, spoiling your neff. What do we got here? Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. That or that. We'll go with that. What do we reckon? Oh. Well, I think if it's an ancestral, you have to kind of do it in person. Oops, do it in person. kind of have to do it this way. You gotta see that star pop up. Tower damage 31.4% to 32.6. Nice. Boom. 2-star. Nice. What's the other one? Shrink ray. Shrink gay. Black hole digester. So I'm pretty sure. Must be 1 copy off. Why 1 copy off? What the hell is going on? Sure, I'm only 1 copy off. Yeah, I am. Check it out, 1 copy off Ancestral. Never get any project fundings. For this, I don't think we're rolling anything. Nah, so we'll just stay. Oh, well. There she is. Nah, I don't think I rolled anything. The only thing that I rolled was this. And I think we're just saving up for, I don't know, but what I do know is I probably need a better gun. I need an ancestral gun for farming now, because we need the damage. For the labs have been all over the place, not gonna lie. I just thought for Warthorns, I might just bite the bullet and just take it to 17. Yeah, so why not? It's gonna be useful now. It'd be useful in tier 12, and then as we move out of tier 12 and you go for more of a damage CC kind of glass cannon build, will just help the energy shield. And coins per kill, damage, golden bot duration. Yep, we can call it golden bot now. History. Is it 12 today? Is it? Damn. So yeah, kind of kicked off the lab coins discounts. Did heaps of random labs. Oh, here's a funny one. The chronofield reduction. So that chronofield reduction, I thought it was the speed reduction. So what I was doing is I was going in game and I was looking at the chronofield and I was going, why is the speed reduction not changing? I've just wasted like weeks on the lab. And then turns out that you're supposed to read this, guys. Oh, not that one. Where is it? Increases the damage reduction. I was like, oh my lord. What the hell? I mean, good, you know. Damage reduction from the enemy and that, but I was just like, what the hell? I could have been labbing something else. So yeah, there's a bit of waste of time. I don't think I'm going to waste any more time in that. History, we looked at that. Yeah, it's just all over the place. Look, I even started super tail bonus, and then I was like, oh, I'm not actually sure I'm supposed to, you know, that's kind of a card slot that's a priority for it. So I thought maybe in this video I'd mention, maybe somebody down below hit up in the comments. But yeah, that's bloody it. A massive week running the Orbless. I will keep you guys posted on how the progress is. But I'm super interested, like I mentioned before, that now you can just go ham and damage, because you just need damage in order to make more coins, and more coins in order to make more damage, and then we go around and around in circles. But because we've changed the farming setup, and I did say that's one of the things that I need to tick off the list, it does mean now that any stone we get, we just slam it in chronofield. So we can go like that. Oh, these are all our stones. Look at that, one short. So this is the new one now. We're just all in on these 2 tabs. And let's get some CC for this build so we can actually try to do something in tournaments. Yeah, wow. That's it for another big week. That's about 3 big weeks in a row. I can't really think of if there's anything else you guys might want to see. Oh, perks. I don't even think I've changed my perks. Sing out what you guys do for perks. Like, should I be banning this? Like, do I get rid of that? And then what do I put there? Oops. I mean, the 2 orbs that float around don't really do much. Well, I suppose I could ban it. I'm actually not sure. I don't even know what the auto pick should be. So we got an extra slot there. What I might do, I might just... What the hell's going on? Why can't they move? We'll just chuck an orb in there. Auto pick. Cash? We definitely want to get rid of this. We don't want this bloody thing around. I think what we do want is we just want to put all the damage and stuff up. For now, and then I suppose we'll get to a stage where get this thing up there. What I did notice though is if you get too much damage at the wrong time, yeah, she's a pain. You end up just over trimming too much. Is there anything else in here? Oh, this must be the band stuff. Spotlight. It's another good one. So I kind of do a mix. Well, I mean, I've only done a few runs in Orbless, but I do kind of do like somewhat of a mix. So as far as like running auto, so I turn auto on when I'm available, and then when I'm not available, you know, to be babysitting the tower. Most of the time at the moment, like as far as babysitting goes, it's just me learning what it's like, what this style of gameplay is like. But I'm just assuming in time, like most builds, you just end up knowing stuff off by heart. You know, somewhere near 7,000 waves do this, somewhere near this amount of health do this. So we're just in that kind of stage, but we definitely don't want to be married to it. That's kind of the whole purpose of going the free up route. It bloody cost me an arm and a leg. It's like 500 stones plus, yeah, the 2Q. What I might do is I might have a play around with this, and then I'll just report to you guys back next week. If you are a bit of an Orbless player, you know, any tips and tricks, I definitely take them on board. But I read every comment, I comment back to everyone, as long as I get a notification from YouTube. But if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.